Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. It's Brian and Kenzie, Q101. It is 66 degrees, going to get to the 80s. We'll have a full forecast and traffic for you in a couple minutes. Get you set for the day, as we usually do. Stacked today, I tell you. Stacked. We'll start off in 6 minutes with a chance to get to the When We Were Young Festival. That is a Vegas trip. And Tony and Berwin already checked in. Says, yes, I want to go to Vegas. When we were young, totally cool. Want to see all those bands like Weezer and Offspring, Blink, Panic at the Disco. Also, he calls himself not just Mr. Berwin, Mr. Vegas.
Oh.
When he goes there, it changes. When he's in Vegas, he's Mr. Vegas. I don't know, a lot of people from Berwin might think that when they get there, you're a person from Berwin. Remember that. Remember where you started. Remember where you started at the bottom?
That was so mean.
No, it's not mean at all. I love Berwin. I'm just saying, when you go away...
No,
and you,
remember that.
Yeah, remember
It was
your
very
roots.
condescending.
yes, remember your... Well, that's not condescending. Remember where you come from, Berwin.
You're basically saying you're not Mr. Vegas.
You're not Mr. Vegas. Yeah, you're not.
He was proud, and that's what you say back.
Listen, you're not Mr. Vegas. You're Mr. Berwin.
But imagine how much it would hurt if you were like, I'm Mr. Vegas, and somebody was like, no, you're not.
On the radio.
Well, I want to remember his roots and where he came from. Frank Sinatra's Mr. Vegas. That's about it.
And only him.
Maybe that. Well, thanks for checking in from Berwin this morning. We appreciate you. So we have your chance to get to that trip where you can be Mr. Berwin there in Vegas. Also coming up, we have Dave Matthews Band tickets at 7:10 and Clash with Kenzie. Huge tickets there. And the hugeness continues.
Oh, the hugeness continues.
At 8 o'clock, Ticket Blitz Thursday. Let's go. Queens of the Stone Age tickets every hour starting at 8. So 8 and 9 we'll have it. Lauren, Brian Phillips, all the way through the day. Queens of the Stone Age tickets. So truly stacked today as we lead into Picnic Week, where you won't need these massive ticket deals on. It's just a $15 donation. Taste of Randolph. Q101's picnic this week. And Case was out on the streets last night surveying the grounds while drinking beer. Well, with people pretending to drink beer because he doesn't drink alcohol.
I was pretending to drink beer?
But you put one in your hand.
Yeah, I kept on walking around going, man, I'm so effed up right now. Oh, man, it's
Running into
crazy.
stuff.
Yeah, it's just, oh, God, I'm
Did you
hammered
order
just
food?
like you. I did not order food. I was on the clock. I didn't feel like it was appropriate to eat.
Oh,
Kenzie's like, I do that.
noted.
I'm the same way, though. When I'm doing a work event appearance, I don't like to eat on site because I like to eat in my bubble. You're high-fiving people want to do that. They want to hug. They want to drink.
At somebody if they walk up to you.
I just don't want to germophobia a little bit, I guess. I don't want to eat around a bunch of people. I want to eat in my setting.
And Kenzie, this is a compliment to you. Please don't take it any other way. But Brian and I eat differently than you do. When Brian and I eat, it's a little bit more intense. There's a little bit more focus involved. It's not a communal activity. You can take a bite of a sandwich and then make somebody laugh and charm them and make their day. Brian and I, when we're eating, we're eating. You know what I mean?
I was going to say speak for yourself, but actually you're right.
I know I'm right.
We look at the food, we worship the food, we savor the food, and in the middle, I don't want someone going, hey, when you said that on the show yesterday, that was awesome. I know, I get it. I appreciate it. Love the compliment. But I'm in the middle of this sandwich. I just need to focus.
So if you see Brian at the Taste of Randolph this weekend at Picnic, don't talk to him if he's eating.
Don't touch him. I don't know what'll happen.
You can touch me if I don't have food in my hand.
Anything else, though, tread lightly.
I'll bring some Purell. I'll be good. It'll be all fine. Purell.
Jeez.
But that's my sunscreen is Purell. I'll put it all over my body.
That's
not
disgusting.
Yeah, that's not sunscreen.
I think that would amplify the sun. The alcohol in Purell would make it.
I'm sure that would feel amazing in the burning hot sun to put on hand sanitizer over your body.
Well, today is Thursday, so picnic launches tomorrow. All the info at Q101.com. It'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll be totally obvious on site where we can grab you and bring you into our VIP lounge. And
Right
of
near
course,
the
bands.
stage, by the way, if you're looking for where that is.
Yeah.
Not the EDM stage. Found that out the hard way last year.
No, if you're looking for us, we're by the music. It's
Yeah.
awesome. It's
We're not,
awesome.
we're
that
not by
way.
the dun 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 dun. We're not by that stage.
And so I walked the wrong direction. I'm like, where am I?
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for a fact that makes your brain go. Kenzie, I know you love traveling and the world of traveling, the process of traveling, planning a trip, looking at where you're going to go.
Yes, why?
Eventually arriving at this glorious destination. And then even after the first day, you go, oh my gosh, I have like 4 more days. This is going to be incredible.
Yes.
Well, the process and the enjoyment of travel is changing drastically right now. There's one thing that's changed about it, and I think it's terrible that this is changing, but 70% of people think it's awesome that this process of traveling and getting out the door and going somewhere from that part, leaving your house to getting home, to the travel, the vacation, and coming back. There's one thing that's being eliminated of that process, and I think it sucks. I think it's terrible this is happening, but most people think it's a good thing it's going away in the travel process. What do you think that is, Kenzie?
Security.
Security. Meaning what? TSA security? What do you mean?
Maybe we just get to walk back on. They went, you know what? We started to trust you guys.
I will tell you, and I can remember traveling because I'm old enough to remember pre-9/11 travel.
Tell me what that was like.
No, don't say because it was
No, I was like, ooh.
Oh, ooh, okay, yeah. Pre-9/11
I
travel.
just have a deep voice. Oh.
I can remember being at an airport and a flight got canceled. And I was kind of upset about it. And I was at the gate. And they were like, here, you know what? Just go over to this gate there and just get on that plane. And I go, that one's going to Chicago too. I was going back, trying to get back home. And I go, oh, okay. And I just walked on there. And they said, what seat? Take anyone you want. You're tall. Take the legroom one. Okay. And it was so easy. And today, if I did that, like this happened a few weeks ago, we're at a 10-hour delay at O'Hare trying to get to Philly. The flight was canceled. It was put back on. We went out. We came back to the gate. We changed planes. Nothing about it seemed easy. I could have went to Dubai from the time it took me to get to Philly. But a plane canceled. I go, yeah, get on that one. There's a flight. I'll just walk over there. Do I have to rebook the process on the app? Do I have to show my passport? No, dumbass. Just walk on the plane. Oh, okay. Sit where I want? Cool.
I'm saying, maybe we've all behaved long enough. You're like, you know what? These kids are okay.
Well,
We're going to let them go.
Yeah, I mean, the big problem was not just 9/11. But when that happened, of course, security raised. It was that a-hole who put a bomb in his shoe.
That really screwed things up.
Because then they went, wait, you can put a bomb in your shoe?
Yeah.
Well, now we got to check shoes.
Right. And that's a whole thing. Because I'll tell you what. In Mexico, you don't have to take your shoes off at the airport, right?
Yeah, I
and
didn't know
they have
that.
a bunch of signs up, like just asking you to please not take your shoes off because all these Americans, get my shoes off, and that's such an American thing.
Is it because it's hotter down there, too, and the feet might smell more?
Possibly.
It's
In
not
Mexico?
bad.
Oh.
This haven't had.
Yeah.
Security in Mexico is actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
I usually fly through that one. They're less picky.
Yeah, that would be good to get back to that if we could. Case, what do you think it is? In the travel process, something's being eliminated. And I think it sucks, but most people think it's great.
Are they removing the moving walkways from airports because maybe people's ankles have been swallowed up? They're not safe anymore. That was sort of a 2000s idea that just has not lived up to fruition. I know we've talked about before how moving walkways should be everywhere. We should have one on Michigan Avenue.
Correct.
To speed up that process, but maybe one got going too fast. Somebody got bucked off like it was a Bronco, and now we have to get rid of all of our moving walkways.
Well, one of the most disappointing things ever is when you go to it and it's not working. You've looked
God.
forward to the moving walkway.
My thing is there needs to always be two, and one needs to be a standing, and one needs to be a walking.
Let me tell you something.
Oh my God. When a family just takes up they're like triple wide, go after yourself. They're looking around. You can't get around. It's like, oh my, why? I could just be walking right now.
There's a special shelf in hell for the people that stand on moving walkways.
A shelf.
It's a whole shelf. And
No, listen.
they all got to squish in
I'm
there.
gonna throw out a disclaimer that gets you in less trouble because I think that's why I got hired in the first place.
We'll see what this
Obviously,
works.
there are people who have difficulty walking, and those are very helpful, and that's fine. There's not a place in hell for you. It's okay. So anybody with like a disability, it's hard to get through the airport, things like that. The problem is
There
you
still might
can't
be a
take-
shelf in hell. There still might be a shelf. It's a different shelf. It might be more cozy, that shelf.
It's a different shelf.
But it's a shelf in hell nonetheless.
But like, just scoot over. If you want to stand on it, you can stand on it. But you got to be pulled over to the side. Dead in the middle, too wide as a couple. That's uneffing believable.
Yeah, listen, I understand. If there's people that have problems walking, yes, use it and sit to the side. But way to the side. I mean, lay on that railing so I can get by quickly. I don't want to have to go, excuse me, I just want to get through quicker.
It was made so people could hustle. Like,
Yes.
I feel like that. I feel like it was made so people could get there quickly.
Yeah, that's what
and
I
instead people are like, let's get there 10 times slower and screw everybody.
Let me check the gram here and see what's happening while I'm moving without walking. People have their phones on it. Come on, let's go. All right, we'll tell you what this is. The entire travel process has changed, or at least one thing is being eliminated of the entire thing, from leaving your house, getting on vacation, enjoying it, and getting home. I think it's terrible. I think it sucks. But most people think it's an awesome deal. Maybe it's a me problem. We'll find out in 2.5 minutes. Brian and Kenzie, Q101, The Fact.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with the fact that makes your brain go. The travel process. It's so enjoyable to look forward to a trip and then get on that trip. And from leaving your front door, going to O'Hare or Midway, going to the destination, coming back and getting home, there's one thing that's being eliminated. And I think it's terrible. I think it sucks. But most people, I'd say 70% of Chicagoans, think this is awesome. And when we tell you the fact here in about 10 seconds, we'll let you know. Kenzie thought it was security is going down. When I don't know, it's going the other
I
direction.
can see
probably.
why that would get mixed emotions. You
Yeah.
know, I'm just trying to think of something.
Yeah, I like security. I like,
Yeah.
but they do sometimes go overboard.
I like security. Who likes
Hey,
security?
does somebody ever get pulled aside for extra screening and you're like, oh, thank God? Has that ever happened to you?
I got pulled over last time, pulled aside. And the guy kept asking me about, it was a thorough check, meaning they were going to go to my crotch and stuff like that. And he goes, do you mind?
They pull you in a room or just whip it out?
He took me to his car.
Yeah.
He was very gentle.
That sounded legitimate.
Yeah, it was very, I don't know what kind of vibe I was giving off, but we had a good time. I got his number. We still talk.
I get pulled aside all the time for extra screening. Usually, like, if I'm in, like, either Puerto Rico or Mexico, I'm like, okay, I don't understand why. I had to get a strip on my tongue once for drug testing in Puerto Rico, which is so weird.
A strip on your tongue.
They're like, they go, we pulled you aside for random screening. I go, okay. They go, open your mouth. I'm like, what? I'm like, can I have a supervisor?
There's a new.
Just open wide. I'm like, what?
I'm not saying you're naive. I don't know, but I've never heard of the tongue test.
I got a strip on my tongue, and then it, I don't know, turned orange or something, and they're like, okay, no drugs. I'm
That's
like, well,
just
I can tell you that.
That's just ecstasy. They gave you drugs. They just got
They
you
used
high.
me to smuggle something I didn't know.
Kenzie woke up in a massage parlor with 4 customers.
You're an international felon. You smuggle drugs across the border.
Good Lord. That was a
It
whole
was an accident.
that was a whole arc in Narcos. I remember that. And then Case thinks it is the moving walkways are going away.
Yeah, I think one of them sped up too quick. Somebody got bucked off, and now we're going to lose them all.
Both those things are wrong. This is what's going away in the travel process. That 70% of Chicagoans think it's awesome. I think it's terrible. It is the hotel front desk. These are starting to disappear. And I don't know if you've noticed this the last time you were in a hotel. There's no one there anymore. There's no one at the front desk. Because people ever go to a hotel, you've got it through the app pretty
Okay,
much
I
now.
thought this had to be at an airport. I'm sorry. Okay, got it.
I just meant I snowed you a little bit. The whole travel process of actually getting to wherever. And you go to a
I
hotel.
see.
You know, in a hotel now, you can use your phone a lot of times for the key. So you don't need to get a key from anybody. And you don't need to talk to anybody. But boy, do I love getting to the hotel for once in my life feeling special.
Yapping.
Someone's serving me there. It's so nice to go, good day, Mr. Haddad. Let me know. The gym is on floor 2. You just go down the
Okay, I don't think anybody looks at you and tells you where the gym is.
Trust me, they tell me where the gym is with a subtle hint. Maybe you should
They're
get to
like,
the gym.
breakfast is served till 11.
Yeah. They actually say breakfast is served till 7 a.m. So get up early and get it done. It's a buffet. It's a buffet? Oh, I'm going to ruin you guys. I've said that many times. Good dad joke there.
And then they go, gym's on floor 2, just in case you need it.
Yeah. The pool is on floor. Do you need any more towels, sir? I like that. I don't want the hotel front desk to go away. That's a bunch of BS. You're paying all that money for the room. I want that. I want a little pump up. I want a hype speech before my vacation.
My thing is I always want to check in early. I'm not. They're like, you can check in at 7 at night. I'm like, that doesn't work for me. These hotel check-ins are insane.
Yeah.
You pay for a room. If you're paying for one night, you're not allowed to check in until 4. And they're like, also be out by 5 a.m. It's like, that doesn't, okay. I'm paying for a whole night.
That's a different problem. But
But I always request, I'm saying when there's somebody at the desk, they'll go, I'll check if your room's already been clean. And they will check you in. Because when you're waiting for the digital key, that doesn't always happen. A lot of times it comes closer to check-in.
You're talking to an AI bot there. Can I help you? I can do anything you need. I want to check in later. What else do you need? Wait, you didn't answer the other question. You know?
Jim's on floor 2.
Gym's on floor 2.
Case, so Kenzie, do you like the hotel? You like the hotel desk like I do? Then you like the person there.
I want to talk to if I have a special request, but I like that.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
don't mind though. I have gotten the digital key, and if I get it early, I walk right past the front desk. So
I don't even mind the digital key. I just want a person there to welcome me to the establishment that I'm paying probably too much for. Or, even if I'm using points, which happens a lot, it's free, I still want to be welcomed. I feel rich when that happens. I feel like I'm rich when they welcome me in. That's what I want. In case you've been welcomed to the hotel, how do you like the hotel front desk?
I don't think I've ever talked to a hotel front desk.
See? There you go.
I'm not I haven't spent a lot of time in hotels in my life, and I've certainly never been the one to check in. Because I think I've only stayed in hotels with my parents. Because even when
when's the last time you stayed at a hotel?
I'm trying to think. I mean, Obama might have been in office. Because when I went to Vegas a few months ago, I stayed in an Airbnb. I didn't stay on the Strip, because why would I? Just do Vegas the normal way.
Yeah.
God, now that you're single, you really need to redo Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a conversation with somebody that works at a hotel front desk. Not that I am against it. It's fine. I like that they're there, but I've never experienced that.
The fact that you don't even know what a hotel front desk welcome is
But I wouldn't know what
sad
to say.
and tragic.
If I had to check into a hotel, I would feel like an idiot. I wouldn't know how to start that conversation.
You don't. They do. They go, hello, Mr. Lowe. Welcome to the hotel.
Then I'd fumble the bag. I'd panic already. Never
Why?
mind. They say hello, Mr. Lowe. I go, never mind. I'm not supposed to be here.
You're like, my dad's not here. What are you talking about? Mr. Lowe?
Please.
Who are you talking to?
Call me Chase on Q101.
Oh my God.
Oh, we got to send Case to a hotel in Chicago.
We work across the street from a hotel. I'm staring at one right now.
There's 80 hotels right a mile from us. Just go and get the experience. And don't have a room there. Let's just see what happens.
But they're gonna know. It's like a shark smelling blood. They're gonna know I'm not a hotel guy.
This guy can't have a room here.
This guy, come on.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. There's a picture on our Facebook page in the last 12 hours that can't be real. You go check out Q101's Facebook page. You see if you figure out which one it is. We're going to play Jimmy Eat World. We'll do that in sports. It's sports related, but there's no way on earth this picture is real.
Oh my God, the what of me? Are you saying I'm so pretty? Stop.
That's exactly right.
Stop. Oh my God, Brian.
Gushing over here.
Stop.
All right, that's coming up in sports. But first, we broke the scary news that air traffic control centers around the world, especially around America, are still using Windows 95 and floppy disks yesterday. We talked about this around 7:50, and it's terrifying because, Windows 95 celebrated its 20th anniversary this year.
20th?
20th.
Or
30th. Oh, my God. Good Lord. There's not Windows 2005. Was that Vista in the 2000s, which sucked?
XP was 2003, and then I think the next update was Vista, which was 2006.
Yeah, Windows 95, a lot of people, we put up a Facebook post about the old tech you're holding on to, and a lot of people defending Windows 95 that was a very stable platform. I don't know if that's the air traffic controllers or, big government checking in on our Facebook page in the comment section to make us not talk about it more. I found that interesting, but we talked about there's one thing that stood out in the comments of what old tech are you still holding on to, like air traffic control. So many people still have cassette players. They're still using cassettes. In fact, one person said, I have no choice in my car. I have a cassette adapter so I can use my phone. Meaning, I've seen these before. You put it looks like a cassette, but it's a device that you put in your cassette deck in your car, and then it's got a USB cable on it to plug your phone in.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, if it works, that's great.
That's skipping a few generations of technology to get to the phone.
At least you're still using your phone in the car through your cassette deck. But then I thought, should we be putting the podcast on cassette and sending it out to people? If this many people are still using cassettes, are some people missing out on the Brian and Kenzie podcast because they don't stream it?
Well, I'm sure some people don't stream.
But I mean, digitally, having the podcast, should we put it on cassette? Should we put the show on cassette is what I'm saying.
And then you can get all that and mail it out.
Yeah. I'm going to put the show on cassette on my reel-to-reel that I have in my production studio, and then I'm going to send it out to people.
So after the show every day from now on.
Yeah. Where I already have so much going on.
Oh, you're fine. You got time for this.
Yeah.
It can't take that long to dub the show in real time to cassette.
All I'm hearing is excuses.
You're right. It's only been my dream to put out an episode of the Brian and Kenzie podcast on vinyl, and then also I have this other dream, if Q101 came to me and they're like, Case, you can do anything you want for the next year, what do you want to do? I would say I just want to put together a compilation of lounge performances and put it out on vinyl. That's always been the thing that I've wanted to do here. It hasn't happened, but for us to skip past doing something on vinyl to go to cassette on a moral level would crush me. And that's nothing against the cassette people, but let's think about the vinyl people here.
Well, you can't put your record player in your car and play the podcast from vinyl there. You can do it at home.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you can listen to the Brian and Kenzie podcast on a smart speaker at home. It's much easier. Or the app or radio, iHeartRadio. But I just want to make sure we're covering all bases. We need every listener. If there's a lot of cassette people out there, we need to serve them. So you in real time dub the show to cassette. And we'll start the list right now on the text line of the cassette, the people that want the show on cassette daily.
Well, we already got multiple votes for VHS tapes instead.
Oh,
Wait,
interesting.
just the audio of the show, or we're doing a video of the show?
I guess you'd have to do a video then, too.
So we got to get some camcorders in here.
Okay, good. Let me hire
Or
a
we
film
just take
crew.
a full episode and then Brian and I dance for 4 hours and dump it on top.
All right, that'll go well. Yeah. So, can you do that? Can you start that today or what tomorrow?
Well, I have to watch a movie today.
Oh, the breakup. That's the movie
He has
today.
to watch the breakup today.
Okay.
So maybe I know picnic is this weekend. 3 days at the Taste of Randolph, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Woohoo!
I guess what you're saying is that I can't go to picnic because I have to dub this show onto cassette.
No, once you get the rhythm going, it shouldn't take that long,
Oh, okay,
except for the
yeah.
4 hours in real time to dub it in. And, you get those longer, you have to use like 2 cassettes, both sides. And then if people want it on cassette, 312-591-8300, text in right now. I want to see what the list will be.
Okay, 312 is wanting it on an 8-track. I can do one 8-track. That's fine. They want a laser disc, which laser disc was video, right?
Laserdisc was video.
Okay. So I'm gonna do
Laserdisc, is that what Blu-ray is?
no.
Laserdisc was the size of an album, but it had a movie on it. So it was like a DVD, but it was the size of an album, and the player
So
was.
were they before DVDs and then they're like, okay, we did better? Was
Yes.
they after VHS?
That's exactly what the inventor of the Laserdisc said. It was before DVDs,
Okay. But after VHS.
but after VHS, right? Because it was digital quality. It was a home video format, and
But VHS beat out laser discs. Like VHS was maybe not better technology, but the more preferred technology.
wait, I'm trying to
Well,
remember.
remember when you used to get a scratch on it, like, well, I'm sure a laser disc, but also like a DVD and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then like the one scene would just, they'd twitch for like 20 minutes. You're like, great.
Oh man, I thought Laserdiscs were after VHS, but they weren't. They were before.
Well, at the same time, right?
Around, it says
Yeah.
1978, Disco
Did
Vision.
they have dual players? Like, or how big, or would that have been too big?
I don't believe there was a 6-disc changer for CDs for Laserdiscs. I don't think so.
No, like, do you know what I mean? Like when you'd get like the dual like DVD/VHS player, could you get like a VHS/Laserdisc player?
I don't remember. I wasn't around that time.
Do you guys remember when you would rewind your VHS tapes and you just like if somebody didn't rewind it from Blockbuster and you'd see the ending happen in reverse?
Oh, it's
Did that
the
ever
worst.
happen to you?
Yes.
You like or you just have to rewatch the whole movie to verse. You'd be like, oh, Mufasa isn't dead again. Like, it was just unbelievable.
So we're getting a lot of requests for the cassette show.
A lot of requests for cassettes, a lot of requests for Laserdisc, 8 tracks. Candace is saying, can you just come do the show at my house? We'll work on that. Ryan wants us to do the show in Morse code. I can't try to
Jacob, wait. Jacob texted in and said, Case could write down everything and send it to me in a letter.
Do you know how insane this show would look if it was written down on paper?
I'm just saying we can't miss one person if that's their preferred method of the show. Cassettes, Morse code, writing it down, doing it live at your home. We know the podcast is awesome. It's there.
I just want to do my vinyl idea. We're glossing over my vinyl idea to do cassettes.
Screw that. We're doing this.
Oh, my God.
We're doing all this. Okay, keep checking in if you want. We're compiling a list to send cassettes of the show to every day after the show so you can listen to it again. It's Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.